knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away.
Don't fret. With these boots, I can fly!
You're too young to be a crater in the dirt!
Oh, law. I can't believe he jumped that way.
Sir, I know this isn't the time, but are they gonna put us to the gallows for this?
What? No. That ain't how we operate in Auntie's Choice, Liza. We might be looking at a pretty fierce demotion for losing half our workforce and getting stuck up here, though.
Demotion to fertilizer?
No. Now cease your jawing. This ain't the time. Hey, you! You down there! Would you mind checking on our fellow? Might he have survived the fall?
I'm pleased not to be the only one wondering.
Not the only one. How did you get assigned to a biological commodities assessment? Nope, never mind. That's not important. Stranger, friend, would you perchance be willing to help us? We've been stuck atop this machine since Ida, one of our new protectorate acquisitions, had her gray matter scrambled by the height, jumped down, and landed right in its gears. I can't fathom no sensible motive. She joined us shortly after Auntie liberated her with the freedom of meritocracy, and she seemed happy enough.
Were you not listening? She said she'd always be a loyal subject. It was part of the endless inculcation we endured in the protectorate. It can prove insurmountable for some.
The notion that she'd sacrifice herself, even after seeing the vast possibilities in staying alive and climbing the corporate ladder, it's just impossible to cognize. There ain't no way off this platform besides jumping, and you've seen how that ends. But you being down there makes you uniquely qualified to help us. The reason Jackson tried using those plasma thruster boots was to gather a piece of machinery we'd spotted on a little table halfway up the spire.
It's a drive overloader. If we install it, we can push the platform's arm hard enough to... well, to grind old Ida out of the gears.
Though the power of that overloader will deluge the system and, well, overload the drive and burn it out all permanent-like. But desperate times and all that.
So if you were to use them boots to bound up the spire and deliver the overloader to us, we'd avoid the tragic fate of our 2 former cohorts. What? It's your duty as a subject to...
No, Liza, remember, you're not protectorate anymore. So, what have we talked about? A duties only.
Discharged if the disbursement is dutifully deserving. Right. Sorry, I'm just a little flummoxed by being stranded up here.
So, bits, stranger. We'll give you bits if you get us down before we starve. Poor Jackson wasn't raised in the Protectorate with a mind for science, and mistakenly thought the word thrusters meant he could fly. So he jumped the opposite way I told him. They're experimental. We've not laid eyes on them before, but the data we found with them says they were actually designed to let people hop their way up the spire. If you activate the plasma thrusters when you're already airbound, they could give you a fair bit of extra boost. It should let you turn a quick hop into a surprisingly grand vault.
Thank the Sovereign. Thank you, stranger. We are eagerly anticipating a long life, utterly absent of starvation. Oh, you're by our crop of Brachythecium rotabulum. They're found in bandages and burn tinctures. If you don't have that drive overloader, ascending may be a waste.
That's it? It was that easy? That was some impressive climbing. Poor Jackson could have learned a thing or two from you. Starting with the right direction to jump, I suppose. Wonderful. Get us down, and I'll happily compensate you in accordance with standard Auntie's Choice urgently improvised extortive standards. Oh, thank the law. I never thought of myself as a vertiginous sort, but being trapped 100 meters in the air will make you reconsider.
I mirror that sentiment, to be certain. In fact, Auntie will have to pay me triple if heights are to be involved. And isn't it grand to be in a system that allows me that freedom?
So, the platform still works? That's amazing! Not that we'll be going up in it again. For that, you deserve a little extra on top of your urgently improvised extortive rate. Thank you again for all your help.
Executive skill building continues. Well, at least for me. Can't speak for my inept colleagues. Today's task, leverage teamwork and leadership to navigate a risky landscape blindfolded.
Which you apparently interpreted as just shout at everyone.
It's called delegating. At least I participated, Cobb.
I told you, I got a bad scrumpox flare-up.
Of course, I served as leader of this activity. A thankless job. Cohorts tripping all over. Pfft. Sprains, blunt force trauma. Not my fault these tanglefoots can't follow directions.
Stillwell and Lumberg blew up!
Duly noted for the log. Quite the oversight from management to set this exercise in an uncharted minefield. Someone will catch hell when I'm an important VP. Soon enough.
Get the water and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Entering a computational state. Engaging.
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
Oh, what's this? Non-protectorate personnel just sauntering up onto my porch, free as they please. Admit I'm accustomed to a higher standard of precaution. State your purpose, outsider, or exit yon way you came. I'd actually be convinced if I were less versed in such affairs. No matter. Despite the bold display of false bravado, you lack the bluster of an Auntie's Choice spy. Excuse my circumspection. Uninvited callers have caused much of my misfortune of late. Although, an intermeddling outsider like you may be just what I require. You travel freely. I'll forgo appealing to your sense of duty, as those outside the Protectorate lack such motivating principles. I presume you accept payment for services? Expect it's as dangerous a job as you make it. One as well-traveled as you appear might even accomplish it during the course of other adventures. The rewards are plentiful and handsome. Rare items, ingredients, cosmetics. Many such baubles fall into my hands. Most useless to my research. In my role, I compile material providing special insight on other colonies. Items prohibited to others, news logs, serials, and the like. During recent troubles, unsavory elements removed certain items from my old office. Among them, a series which took considerable time to assemble. The Ministry of Accuracy, over the hill from here, where I formerly operated before the invasion. It is currently unoccupied by humans leastways. However, that, while unfortunate, remains inapplicable to matters at hand. It appears aforesaid unsavory elements sold the aforementioned materials. They now reside in the hands of indeterminate parties all across the island. A form of manipulatory ideation disguised as popular entertainment, intended to sway the audience to their point of view, couched within just a crackingly exciting narrative. Tell me, are you familiar with Science Adventures Quarterly, featuring Commander Zane and Buddy and other sensationalistic space stories? It was a popular fiction periodical from not long ago. Each of its 10 volumes featured an exhilarating cover illustration depicting Zane and Buddy's thrilling exploits. Whether they faced automechanical industrialists or robber magnates from the Plutocrian kleptocracy, their tales remained invigorating thrill rides. The line represented a growth of the medium from the less sophisticated 2-bit dreadful, both in style and effectiveness. Its remarkable popularity not only mirrored a rise in public sentiment against greedy corporations and tyrannical governments across colonies. The brief window surrounding the volume's release saw a marked increase in skip drone requests for Earth Directorate aid. I believe there remains much to learn from them. I'll admit, Commander Zane and Buddy's exploits make for a sensational read. They saved Carnifeller's brain, for instance. Oh, and Mammon Incorporated, of course, too. So no, I am not immune to their considerable charms, but my interests in recovering them are strictly professional, I can assure you. Ah, quite right. In fact, delightful. Once you have one of the 10 periodicals in hand, I will trade you for rarities and bits. Stay true, outsider.
You see any drones? Don't feel shy about bringing them down. Merciful law, is this? Tell me you did not steal my performance review, soldier. We could be court-martialed for even looking. No, I am not gonna look. I'll wait for the reviews to be distributed along the proper channels, and... Oh, hell. This is worse than the last one. Promotion denied? No, this has to be a mistake. How can Officer Carr claim I don't understand supply and demand regarding shifting market urgency? That's unfair. And that lowered our burial fees. Carr clearly doesn't understand my value, but you do. Well, the next review period's right around the corner. Suppose it's never too late to tidy up my reputation. Take this for your trouble. While I learn my lesson, you might as well profit off my shortcomings. That is the best damn news I've heard all day. Make sure to collect your reward at the bounty terminal if you haven't already. No use in leaving well-earned bits on the table. Better now that you've thinned the herd of drones. Or would you call that a swarm? Either way, real shame about my performance review. I thought I was doing better. Not according to Carr, at least.
Why choose just any choice when you could choose Andy's choice?
You'd make a great lower manager.
Introducing
Been working at that spot of business we discussed. Easier to lead with fewer targets nibbling at your psyche. Loose your words. I'm listening. Scouts reported a plume of smoke thick and wide billowing from the facility. Sure didn't seem to be mechanical exhaust. Got more to report? Though I don't understand your soft-hearted tendencies, you do good work. so I can lower myself to easing your emotional load. Anyone still living at that repair facility is safe. They'll be stuck there trying to fix the facility for the whole war. And we won't attack it, since we know it's ruined. Now, let's talk helping you. There's a bridge gating entry to the northern part of the island. You want to get to the Vox? First step is getting through it. There's an alternate path, but it's blocked by Zeranium. I'll order my troops at the forward operating base to aid you, and you'll punch through together. From there, your target's the Skycutter Tower. Seems it was recently reactivated, and by our engineers' metrics, might be useful in overloading the Vox's defenses. A heap of fighting. My troops at the forward operating base will assist you, but if you can secure any greater advantages, you'd best do so. The Yaysayers sense they'll soon be cornered and fight all the more fiercely thereof. It won't be easy, but it's the most direct route to the Vox. It's a protectorate power generation facility. Utilizes the wilds of the air currents to turn generator rotors or some such nonsense. I care more for logistics than engineering. Oh, Auntie, I cannot believe what transpired. My troops defied their orders and captured the bridge. Ah, such a shame we can't shoot soldiers for taking their own initiative. Sound convincing? Considered a career in the performance department years ago. Met Milver Street. Transferred out, so did he. At least I've realized I ain't still on stage. Wouldn't trust the Protectorate's over-engineered perfection to cook a spratwurst. Give me the no-frills, disposable quality of Auntie's choice any day. If by some miracle your contraption doesn't turn you inside out, it'd give you a much quieter route to the Vox. Much as I'd like the bridge's clearing. Once you pass to the northern end of the island and enter the Skycutter, you'll need to find the tower's power routing controls. Mayhaps you can wreak some chaos at the Vox. Step light, though. There's no Protectorate gallivanting near the tower, which, like as any, means something bloodthirsty lurks within. Stay intact.
Laser's jaw, 0G crew, and antibiotics. Everything you need to get through your...
Hey, Gads! The hologram's gone down!
A simple malfunction, perhaps.
An outreach is what I call it. That hologram was our flag planted in the soil of conquered lands.
And that's a good thing.
That symbol is our pride, our identity. How can you wage a war if you don't even have a logo?
Outsider.
Ask them defectors if they miss anything about Protectorate life.
10 bits, they said community.
Yep. Community. Careful, friend. Reckon there might be a few loose raptidons wandering around. Note that Auntie's choice ain't liable.
This stretch runs between Fairfield and the Eastern Forward Operating Base. Careful of friendly fire if you head down past the farm. Last time we wandered past, they opened fire on us. Real code.
Now let's admire these commendable comestibles. Nothing reins in restless thoughts like a healthy attachment to an addictive substance. Make yours the routine enjoyment of Security Gotham cigarettes. Their smooth draw and sedating
Cues indicate acute cantankerousness in nearby armed guards. A stealthy approach is suggested.
Because smoking is not thought-provoking. Intriguing items engagingly described. What's up next? Here's one you're absolutely sure to enjoy. A Protectorate prescribed favorite.
There must be at least a few usable parts in here. Ah, it's warped. Just like everything else. Hello there. You wouldn't happen to have found any usable parts in all this debris? Westport's stockpiles of replacement parts are nearly depleted. I need to find some parts to convert some of our automechanicals, non-combat parts. Fortunately, there's nothing here that's salvageable. Auntie's bombs sure take their toll, don't they? Let's just say to fill Westport's needs. If you follow the road heading north, you can't miss it. Used to be a sight to behold, but the war hasn't been kind to it. To any of us. True enough. A few years ago, I couldn't have imagined us running short of anything. And now here I am, digging through scrap for parts. But I digress. Was there anything else? Need to get back to my hunt, you understand? Unless I missed my guess, this looks like it was transporting damaged and malfunctioning automechs from the Vox station to the Automech Repair Center to the south of here. The center is... Say, you don't work for Antes, do you? This is beginning to feel more than a little like you're digging for intelligence. Fair enough. As I was saying, the Automech Repair Center is south of here. Regrettably, subjects of Westport no longer have access to the repair center, hence my need to scavenge. Yes and no. The bomb certainly took a fierce toll, but I suspect these were all in various states of disrepair even before Andy's offensive, which has made sorting out where to begin my efforts here rather difficult. There should be a manifest somewhere, but it's nowhere to be found. Nor are the troopers who should have been escorting this. Or their bodies. The only species in these parts that would pose such a threat to an armed escort squad would be crabbles. But the guard at Westport has always made a point of culling them with automechs so they don't get out of hand. Well, yes, the one in the same... Ah, I see your point there. Not so easy to cull crabbles without operational automechs. Likewise. And please inform me if you happen upon any usable parts.
This is Protectorate-sanctioned wireless. Social guidance and improved messaging, punctuated by acceptable music.
Fellow subjects, I bear sweetness and sunlight, encouraging words from our beloved sovereign in another installment of his golden bestowment.
Adoring subjects, look around you. Our cupboards run in favor. No table is bare. Neither corporatist invaders nor betrayal by our brethren shall diminish our alliance. The system abides, and your sovereign provides. Eden's harvests remain bountiful, buoying us with nutritious nutrition far superior to the abysmal slurry consumed by our base enemies. Subjects, fill your bellies to maintain your stamina. Thus shall our prosperity strengthen us against those who would rob us of it.
Now, on to other matters. Now, listen to this.
Sequencing attack strategies.
On your command.
Simply can't live without.
Say, hold up there, friend. Watch out. That way's a minefield.
Ha! I laugh at danger. I'm a get-up-and-go-getter. Whoosh! That's the sound of me throwing caution to the wind. While the herd wait for permission, I see my opportunity and take it. I handmake my own luck. Don't follow the herd. Eat Purpleberry Crunch by Auntie's Choice. Every flavor-filled morsel is packed with the pep and pertinacity you need to succeed. Are you a get-up-and-go-getter? Right. Moving on. This one always makes me pretend I have the sun in my eyes.
I'm looking for a meal that doesn't leave me feeling hollow. Don't want to do no cooking. All I want to do is swallow. Hey, here's a fancy king. Wow, it's a real beauty. Let's see what's inside and get back to our duty. Borstwurst, oh Borstwurst.
Fairfield, near the Broken Spire. It is impervious to infiltration thanks to its unflagging automechanical guardians. Only the most incautious base individualists would dare set foot within sensor range. Let them. Prudence dictates those who live solely for themselves die alone. Also painfully and bullet-riddled.
Next up,
here's a song for you to enjoy while you solemnly reflect on your sworn duty to our idyllic society. Confronting threat.
I just had a thought. I'm really not supposed to. Sadly, though it seems my thoughts fly to my mind.
Sit or sprint? Typical predicament for an anti-bottom runger like me. Wish I never snuck in here to begin with. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Nah, it was a great idea. So much stuff for the taking around here. Motherload of loot. Plenty to get me back in the sprag race. Just didn't account for all these crabbles. Real fly in the old ointment. I could just sit tight, live lean off all these supplies, crabble skedaddle, or maybe open the door and bolt. Seems like a good idea. Nah, it's a great idea.
This looks like the place. I haven't felt this much stress since Horizon Point. Just hope he's here.
Niles.
Howdy, Zeb. You look... well.
Has my mind been set upon by shadows? I thought you dead.
Can't imagine why you think that. I've only been gone 4 years.
Oh, back from your little saunter then, are you? Head all cleared? I must say, you took quite the perambulation. I hope you didn't wear out your rotation adapters.
Zeb, this is the commander I told you about. One in charge of the Horizon Point mission.
Ah, yes. The same commander who nobly ordered you to leave your colleague to perish under rubble. No. I only dealt with the bloody aftermath. So, you are keeping company these days. Just not mine. That would depend on what vision you have for Arcadia's future. Everyone seems to think they alone know what's best for this colony.
Look, I'm not just here to gas you up with empty apologies. I want to set things right between us.
Oh, now you want to help. Where were you when the war happened? Or when I was being carted off to mental refreshment? Where were you when I actually needed you?
I know I let you down before, but give me a chance to earn back your trust. There must be something I can lend you a hand with. I know you haven't given up the fight.
I haven't the time to patch your bleeding conscience, Niles. I'm in a situation that demands my full attention.
It's Baines. My team's been caught. Pharaoh and March are dead. Protectorate are holding the rest for interrogation. A ship is inbound to take us off-world, to the consul himself. I barely managed to evade capture. Damn it! It looks like the data went through, but there's something wrong with the connection. The cipher isn't transmitting.
Found her! You there! Step away from that terminal at once!
Audra! Fuck! It's all coming apart. That was one of my operatives. I organized a mission to infiltrate the Vox to acquire valuable intelligence. But obviously, something's gone wrong. Without that cipher, the intelligence is worthless. But I'm more concerned about my people at the moment. If you're sincere in your desire to help, prove it. Rescue my friends before that ship departs with them on board. Please.
I am. Without question.
Okay. If they're sending a ship, that means my people are being held on the Vox's landing pad. Use my call sign so they'll know you for an ally. I'm certain Niles remembers it. And do exercise discretion, as well as caution. The guards at the Vox won't hesitate to fire upon you, should you be discovered.
Not to worry. This is exactly the sort of thing we're trained to handle.
Yes, but the uniform doesn't stop bullets, as I'm sure you recall.
Good thing we know a doctor then.
Then let's hope the ship also takes its time arriving, and that my friend's pain threshold withstands any attempts to soften them up for the consul. I'll answer what I can. Stop there. I know what you would ask, but I've done my best to put that unpleasant experience behind me. Please respect my wish to avoid reopening closed wounds. The Crabbles? They keep people away who might otherwise stumble into my operation here. I feel kindly toward them. Animals can sometimes prove more compassionate than their more evolved counterparts. I afford the Crabbles their space, and they afford me mine. Ah, of course. Hogarth and his unfortunate charges would be top of mind if you've explored the nearby settlement. I sympathize with the plight of those in Westport. They want nothing to do with me, of course, or anyone outside the Sovereign's grace, which has been to my benefit. I do believe that one day, the truth of the Protector's iniquity will be too obvious to ignore. But for now, not even a crowbar could pry open all those shut eyes. If you must know, it was my sister. A neighbor reported her for some misconduct, and she was taken to be refreshed. I never heard what her alleged crime was meant to be. The woman who returned was nigh unrecognizable. The injustice of it rattled me. And once I began to look into what had happened, the more discomfort I felt. Then I met Niles. He told me the truth about other colonies. Made Arcadia feel so small, claustrophobic, repressive. And my smoldering resentments became a full conflagration. Do you always put your hands on other people's things?
Seeing Zeb again went different than I expected. Not that I had high hopes for tears and confetti, but damn. That's appreciated, Commander. Maybe I ought to apologize straight away. But I'm not convinced I did the wrong thing, leaving. Had I stayed, who knows? Likely I'd have gotten us both killed. That's fair. Might have left him a note or something. I was just worried I'd lose my nerve, but you have a point. Wasn't right of me to just up and split. Anyway, I appreciate the check-in, Commander. Was there anything else you needed? Sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
Commencing combat-related activities.
I was sad for a moment because my house got submerged in the flooding. Then the wireless told me everything was splendid.
My body is covered in burns acquired in battle during the attack. The only relief I have is when I can jump in the water and float over my former
it's infected.
house.
You walked in here under your own steam and appear reasonably free of cuts, burns, or weeping lesions. So, I assume you're presently devoid of mortiferous injuries. Good. Because we've got more of that than we can handle. You haven't heard? When Antes invaded, they broke the seawall. Flooded nearly half the town below, where most of the domiciles were. A number of our subjects drowned. Others got concussed, or even crushed. A few were electrocuted or exposed to caustics. Took a while for our water purifier to catch up, so some drank tainted water, which is not good for you at all. I'm glad it's working again. Oh my. Once again, I find chance to thank the Sovereign for our perfect society, for providing us thoughtful guidance to keep us from going horribly astray, like outsiders do. Just mentioning. No reason right now in particular. All right, well, don't let me keep you.
Word on the wireless is that Auntie's choice is years
Stranger?
behind us sociologically. It's part of the Sovereign's plan. He floods our houses, which makes more habitat for fish, which offers us more to eat, which gives us the strength to build new houses. But then, how do do I cook the fish?
You've returned.
We must all do
Greetings.
our part to maintain it.
It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to protectorate excellence, now a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please let me offer you some victuals. Tut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance. That you have entered a recreant locality. I beg to differ. Those walls have stood for over a century and would easily have stood for another, were it not for Auntie's greed and envy, and explosives. Our society was built from the bedrock up through the vision of our matriarch. Due to her genius, the structure of our society is perfect, planned down to the last subject. We all work as a unified whole for the betterment of all, unlike those corporate colonies, where it's every person for themselves.
Because the matriarch herself designed it, and the
How dare you? The lower classes, as you call them, are the very heart of our society. There's naught to complain of. Why, we've even eradicated the drudgery of manual labor through our perfection of auto-mechanical technology. That brings me to a matter I'd like to discuss with you, actually. I believe something still can be done. This town can be saved, its people given a reprieve. Were we to acquire the one thing vital to our existence, auto-mech parts. What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We are not miracle workers, however. Without parts to work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do tasks beyond their initial functions. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts. We are of like minds. We lack not the skill to do so. Our wily chief mechanist can reprogram the mech, but not without parts. Unfortunately, we lack ready availability of said parts.
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora...
Oh, you failed to hear the loudspeakers on the way in? The announcement we're obliged to repeat incessantly. Well, allow me to paraphrase. Protectorate law finds us guilty of treason on account of letting Westport fall prey to Auntie's choice saboteurs. These fine and decent folk don't deserve having their lives thrown away on account of my failures. If I can return the settlement to a reasonable facsimile of its previous glory, sufficiently functioning by employing mechs reprogrammed to repair and rebuild, the arbiters might see fit to penalize only me. Commute the others' sentences. Allow them to maintain things around here in the spirit of continuity and such. Hence my use of the term reasonable facsimile. I owe it to every single person here to try. What sort of payment do you seek? Don't imagine we have much you need. Enough to lead and inspire those who work there, once at least. I was previously the ranking vigilant on this island. Why do you ask? Difficult place to saunter into. Station's off limits to anyone without the highest security clearance. For anyone lacking reason to be there, it's assured suicide. In exchange for the auto-mech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find ourselves in. Wonderful. My unavoidable march to the gallows feels lighter already. At least now my subjects will have a fleeting chance. The parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to the south. But do not, under any circumstances, tell those stationed there why you need them. To get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry of Accuracy. Since we have all been marked as traitors, I cannot create one for you here.
Herself designed it, and the Sovereign embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, human societies were constantly
Farewell now.
Individualism ran rampant. Depletion of resources and lack of community led to
This unit beautifully acknowledges your presence.
For now, just to our minor disruption.
Feeling distracted, daydreaming on the job. Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Falling prey to imperfect thoughts.
All these vexatious disruptions keep befalling Westport. When are things gonna settle back again?
Under protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficiency in
silence. Individualism ran rampant.
Glad the wireless told me that I'm happy and everything's splendid. Did it feel sad after the ocean flooded my house?
We all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords us. A perfect life of contentment and plenty.
Letting anyone who wants to.
Purpose.
The wireless said that flooding Westport is routine maintenance to remove the dust.
Plentiful. We have everything we need.
Didn't dictate that we watch our neighbors.
We take a moment to rightly appreciate it all and thank the sovereign.
Huh. Well, this is not shooting water anymore. You are the...
Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice? Remember,
Hell, I've stood this post so many times I could do it in my sleep.
You ever find yourself with too much disposable income?
I've been gone a while. How'd it go? Tell me you got good news. Why, that's terrible. But you said you have the schematics? I'll take those. What? Sovereign's finest potato corollary peeler? This was supposed to be a guaranteed bestseller. Who in their right mind would... Jackson, you idiot! Ah! It's a good thing he's dead, because if he wasn't, I'd kill him! There's no... God damn it! I'm never getting that promotion. Oh, don't worry, you'll get your bits. But first, I've got to salvage something from this. Tell me, did you come across any other advanced protectorate technology while you were there? Anything more, well, easily marketable?
whether it's an orifice or a face, Auntie's choice makes a cream for it.
Personal thrusters? No one would ever want such preposterous things. I'd be laughed out of recreant reclamation. Imagine, jumping about like a sprog. Ridiculous. Well, here's all I can spare in regards to your compensation. Try not to spend it all in one place. It's supposed to be categorically bad for commerce. In the unlikely event things somehow pan out and I get that big promotion, I'll see you're taken care of. Until then, take care.
Every time I think I'm having a bad day, I just tell myself...
Boy, take this terminal and trash it. That's it. I need a smoke.
Whoever took down our anti-hologram is a traitor of the highest order.
You can smell heinous arsenic.
Greetings. Something new to report? A proper start. Here, for your effort. Return again when you have another 4 volumes, and I will trade them for more valuable oddities. May safety, amity, and ease be yours.
Again, I'm looking for the... If you're that new salesperson, don't bother. Whoever was here packed up and left. I came out here to take classes on the machine. And it's... Blah, blah. Taking care of citizens is developing possible customers. It's the crunch. That scrumptious one that makes it a brunch. I'll feed you purple berry crunch if they love you a bunch. What? Oh, I'm just enjoying some purple berry crunch before school. The only joke here is thinking I'd share my purple berry crunch with you. Now leave me alone, you ain't getting none. What? I swear I was just eating, Can you find my mom? Ask her what's going on. I'm scared. What? But she was just giving me purple berry crunch. Everyone but that one. what, Nina? Law, help me. I've got to get back. I've got to... Oh, Law. The Protectorate scum took all our weapons. How am I supposed to get back? The Raptidons will rip me to pieces. What? My hands are shaking fit to fall off my arms. Couldn't hit the broadside of a bank. If only there was something that needed less aiming. Of course. I hate to ask, but any chance you got a grenade I can borrow? Even if I miss, the noise should scare off any Raptidons. Thank you. I'll only use it if I have to. Well, off I go. Just gotta get to Fairfield. Just gotta get to Fairfield. Just gotta get... Oh, who was that? Is someone out there? Stay back, I'm warning you. I've got a grenade. All I gotta do is pull this pin and... Uh-oh. Ah!
Unusual levels of Zeranium detected ahead. Caution is advised.
Speak plainly. My loved one's deeds bear no influence on my own.
Your loved ones, Juan? Once a loved one of mine became a traitor, I would no longer refer to them thusly. Unless you still harbor feelings.
Enough! Your sniping discredits you both. Wardens must speak through action. Move out!
Huh. A protected vestige. Guessing the cadre didn't make it then. Time to start poking around. We'll need all their armorial IDs to get in.
I'd heard tale of those war-bred monstrosities, but this facility is overrun. We must pull back. Return with no less than a support battery.
Wardens do not retreat, nor take any ignoble action. I shall excuse your cowardice by way of shock. Whether we are destined to succeed or die, we shall do what is required of us. We will not falter. Marchand, make a duplicate of our field recording, in the event we don't survive.
Commencing combat-related activities.
there any way Ames and Marchand could have...
I'm sorry, LaRue. They died in the service of the Protectorate. Stop. Breathe. Then we shall press on.
You surprise me. We cannot complete this mission and yet live. And should we live to see it through, your wife shall meet her end. Yet, your resolve remains unshaken.
Any less would disgrace the Sovereign. Disgrace us all. Shoulder your rifle. We shall press on and see this mission to its completion.
That noise doesn't sound like... Oh, blast! Hand me my rifle! My rifle!
Everyone else heard.
Sequencing attack.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Let's swing through. Lift should be listening.
Lift malfunction detected. Please expect delays. Agent vitals have fallen to the closures.
For me, thanks. I'd like to have a word with whoever's in charge of maintenance around here. Right after we deal with these rats.
Subsided.
Grievous wounds. At least one of my lungs meets the open air. LaRue fell swiftly. Screamed for me to help, but if I had remained to aid her, the mission would be at its end. The mission which is now doomed regardless. I arrived here to find the controls. Magnetically contained electric charges. I inserted it into a conduit, hoping it would spring to life, but the Fairfield power controls have deteriorated. I wish I could admit relief that in my heart of hearts I wished my love to live, despite her traitorism.
And I'll take care of him, Commander.
Emergency protocol syringes primed.
Prisoner 349893938. There is no place for you in the paradigm. You are hereby sentenced to death for the crimes of desertion and opposing the lawful authority of the Protectorate.
No! Wait, I beg of you! I was just afraid of Martelli! You've taken leave of your mental faculties! His way is no longer that of the sovereign!
Figured this ship would have departed by now. You know how Sentinels are. They take their time with traitors and instigators. Pushing ahead! Give care to your losing painting perfection!
Back again. Thought we were done for now. You again. I heard fighting. What's going on?
We're not Protectorate. We're your ticket out of this hotbox. Esculepe sent us.
Esculepe? Zeb sent you? Wait, you're Niles, aren't you? Count on Zeb to go as far as raising the dead to help. But it's too late. I gather you haven't noticed the bodies in the pen here.
Oh. The others don't look like they suffered easy deaths. What happened?
Montelli, damn him! He executed March and Pharaoh outright, ranting about traitors. Then the Consul Sentinel arrived to conduct a preliminary interrogation. She tortured us for information. The others didn't survive her enthusiasm for the work. I'm only here because the Consul wants someone brought back to him, alive. Lucky me. The cipher, right. I managed to memorize it before I was nabbed. 02519W. Should help Zeb decode the intelligence we sent him a whole lot faster. Kind of you to offer, but I'm not going anywhere.
If you're too hurt to walk, I'm sure the commander and I could...
No, it's not that. I need the Sentinel to take me onto that transport. I want her to think she's won. And then, just as we leave orbit, I'm going to blow her pretty ship to pieces. I'm no martyr. If there was another way to protect Zebulon and our cell, I'd take it. But if I escape, the Protectorate will pursue me, and everyone I care about will be in danger. I'll make it look like an accident. Mechanical failure. When I was being tortured, I saw some frayed wires near the fuel system. With the right spark, I think I can ignite it.
You know your stuff, Commander. I was just about to point out the same problem.
What do you propose, then?
Not blowing yourself up, for starters.
You know how relentless the Protectorate is. But if I die, that's the end of it. The Consul will turn his attention elsewhere, and our cause can continue in the shadows. Please, if you can help me sabotage the transport, then help me. We don't have much time.
Might be I could sabotage the transport from the outside. Make it look like negligent maintenance. What do you think, Commander? Yes, Commander. Stay put. Shouldn't take me too long. Done. Won't go into the particulars, but you can trust that ship will blow the moment it hits orbit.
Excellent work. I see why Zebulon liked having you around. I'd say I won't forget how you've helped me, but, well, you know. Tell Zeb what happened, won't you? That it was my decision. And I was at peace with it. The bravest thing I ever did was start thinking for myself. Everything else after that's been easy.
Good luck, Audra.
Likewise. And thank you both again.
Protectorate strung up there. Dead or dying slow. What in the void's going on here?
damned bodies. Why can't we just bury the lot? Be forewarned. We are in a heightened state of alarm due to unprecedented events. Unless you have official business here, I suggest you move on. Move on and leave me to hang all of these bodies, which I must shamefully confess may be beyond my capabilities, even without your distraction. Why would I do that? And be mindful, if you haven't your transfer orders, I don't have time to waste going idly back and forth with you. You are correct. If I were to let you in without apprehending you and placing you into these gibbets, it would cost me my life. Remember, the Sovereign sees all. May his grace be upon you.
You are approaching a restricted estate.
Introducing Auntie's new line of specialty drinks for the discerning consumer.
Sometimes I get the feeling we're not welcome here. Like the Protector's folks resent us liberating them.
They know this.
These riffs got me awful perturbed. In reality, I got some nerve-wracking.
Take care in the northern regions of the island. Fewer reports from scouts. Heightened degree of danger. Maybe that's something to look forward to. Loose your words. I'm listening. Good work. Sure it'll aid your path into the box. Presuming you keep your nerve. Let me spin you a yarn. One of my elite regiments ceased replying to hails several weeks ago. Hardy bunch. Fought all across the system. Yesterday, the Protectorate launched the regiment commander's upper torso into one of our encampments, which makes 2 1/3 complete corpses of a 6-person unit. Mocking us. Calculating bastards, the Protectorate. Would admire their efficacy if it weren't taking so many of my best and brightest. Once the fighting reignites in full, they'll pay dearly. Music to my ears.
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem.
You've returned, but where are the others? Hold a moment. What's that in the sky? A Protectorate transport? What in the blazes was that? What do you mean? All of them? And you didn't think to dissuade her? Damn it, Niles! Our cause isn't served by more corpses. I wish the success of this venture had not come at such a terrible cost. But at least it was not for nothing. Perhaps I was mistaken about your commitment to making amends, Niles. Thank you for being true.
Can't fault you for having doubts. But I have changed. I am changing.
I hope you'll both forgive me my earlier disposition. I'm not normally so surly. I'm pleased Niles has found such a supportive friend and ally. That's a rare thing in this colony. I haven't much to reward you with, but take this. It's something I had started on for Niles long ago. Hopefully it fits. This information came at a steep price, but I'll put it to good use. Expect to hear from me should our cause require further assistance from the Earth Directorate's best. Never fear. Next time, I fully intend to involve you in said trouble before it develops into a full-blown predicament.
Reckon I like the sound of that. Until next time, then. Got time for a debrief, Commander? Feels good, don't it? Helping folks like Zeb and Audra hit back against the Protectorate. Almost like being back with the Earth Directorate. Yeah. Guess I am. First time in a long time I felt something kin to hope. It's easy to focus on all that's going wrong, but wins ought to be celebrated too. On Triangular might have suggested going for drinks somewhere they don't come with fuel, but here, I think we'll have to settle for patting each other on the back. I'll bank on sooner rather than later. Stolen intelligence spoils quickly. He'll probably want to act on whatever it is his friends gathered from the Vox. Thanks again for going out of your way to help Zeb. Now I can focus on hunting down the Breeze without feeling like I've got a rabid sprat in my back pocket. Is it me, or has my ankle been squeaking? You can hear it too, right? Must be the damn rotator again. Anyway, need something, Commander? Sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?